I wish I had enough money to pay Carolyn Leavitt to say what she was actually thinking at that moment, but I unfortunately don't have that much money. Her husband does, I think. But anyway, yeah, so she's watching him. The mother of, I think, a couple of his many kids are watching him as he not only balances a fork and a spoon on his finger, but he does it forever. I think he's still doing it somewhere. As we record this, he's still balancing on his finger and waving it around to get the people nearby to praise him. And this is weird and kind of sad in a lot of different ways, mainly because like all of this just feels like proof that this guy has perpetually surrounded himself with people who fluff him up and just tell him that what he's doing is amazing and smart and funny and not at all cringy and weird. And no, you're not acting like a 6-year-old who can't sit still for one dinner. And by the way, I mentioned this earlier in the show, each of the seats at that dinner cost $1 million. And that was what he was doing. He was waving his silverware around. And the wife or the mother of a couple of his kids is like, yeah, this isn't embarrassing or weird, but she knows she's set for life. So again, this guy could just be some weirdo tech CEO or whatever. There's plenty of them, but he decided he wanted to be a public figure. He wanted to be powerful. He wanted to be like one of those. And then now he's under all this scrutiny and you realize he can't hold up to it. So look, I don't know if he gets bored easily or if he's on like a particularly deep ketamine binge or whatever. Again, remember the guy is a massive drug addict. So maybe it's a little bit of that, JR, but this is one of the most powerful people in the world right now with the ability to determine the fate of nations. And he's got a little magic trick he wants to show you.
I'm even beginning to get surprised by this because I already don't think much at all of these billionaires because they're still stuck in whatever developmental stage that they had as far as growing up, being an adult, actually having responsibilities for themselves. Because when everything is handed to you, you don't have to do anything, including all of that money. You've used it and worked off the backs of other people. So what do I have to do? I don't know what to do with myself. Let me balance a fork and a spoon on my finger and call it entertainment. I think he responded to some tweet about it. Peak entertainment, they called it, to kiss his ass some more. I mean, it's fine if it's a little fun party trick you wanna do, but this is like, has to become like a praiseworthy moment. Why does that have to be praiseworthy? I don't care if it's a little stupid trick people do, it's fine. I know people tie their napkins into like, the animals and stuff, and that's fine. I don't know how to do that, so I'm a little amazed by it. But I kind of move on after and go, man, that's an amazing thing you just did. Julie, you tied a napkin to make it look like a chicken. That's amazing. It's kind of funny. And then you move on. This has to become like a blown up thing where suddenly he's this genius and he has to then post about it. Again, how come this guy who's sleeping in whatever Doge office that he took from somebody on a cot, as Brian Kilmeade said, because he's sacrificing so much for us, how come he has the time to stand there and balance spoons? I thought he's working so hard for the American people. I thought he's tireless. I thought he's a genius. So this is the guy who saved 2 people from outer space, and they have to stand around and kiss his ass. Trust me, they don't like him. They don't like him, but they have to kiss his ass because he just paid $1 million. Who's getting this $1 million, by the way, for these dinners?
Yeah,
who's this
I
for?
think it was a donation. I think
to
I think it was to Trump. I think.
Of course it was.
But anyway, yeah. So he again, like he has all this money, and he will. Like every dumb idea he has, he'll have people around him who are like, yeah, no, that's great. And then they, as we know from his companies, they figure out ways to not have his ideas actually be put into effect because they're terrible. And it's like, I don't know, it feels kind of like a sci-fi tragedy or something that like you get all this stuff, but you're surrounded by people who have no respect for you whatsoever. Like those 2 women, mom of his kids, Carolyn Leavitt, both of them have to pretend to be a part of this class or whatever. They have to pretend to think that this is interesting or whatever, that they have like any interest whatsoever and don't think this is deeply weird. And yet, like, I wonder if he ever suspects, does he have that? He doesn't have much ability to like think critically about his own life, to analyze himself. But I wonder if he suspects that none of them have any respect for him whatsoever.
I think he does.
But anyway, and again, the party trick is fine. I used to be able to like, you take a salt shaker and you can balance it on just a tiny bit of salt, like at an angle. But I don't then go around the room like, everyone, look at this. Look,
really,
hey,
you can't?
Press secretary, come. Yeah, I haven't done it in years. I actually forgot until right now that I used to be able to do that. And like, hey, everybody, look. And then I just do it for like 10 minutes. That's so deeply strange, so deeply sad. Anyway, we're gonna move to one more topic. And just again, I've never tripped on ketamine, so maybe I just don't understand that frame of mind. Billionaires, they're better than you and I. Never forget it.